Hi everybody, old guy here, and at the risk of being banned from everything again, I'm calling Dostoevsky the Mad Russian, which back before this simpering generation Orwelled the language was a big compliment, one of admiration. It meant a powerful, unpredictable, cutting-edge kind of person who you had absolutely no idea what they were going to do next, which describes Dostoevsky to a T, even if it gives the young'uns the vapors. And yes, I was banned from writing reviews on Amazon because I used that very phrase. Their loss. And while this book does not have the soaring sledgehammer phraseology and prose of Dostoevsky's short stories, it still has pages and pages of fascinating paragraph after paragraph that will leave you just dizzy. Man, this guy, we should all write like Dostoevsky, if we can. Not that a lot of this book holds up well in these delicate times. The women are cardboard characters who serve as catalysts for overinflated passions and all the behaviors that give feminists the vapors. The peasants are particularly peasanty. But this is 19th century Russia, which was a very mad place. Apparently, still is. This book is more character study laid over a murder plot than anything. The Karamazov brothers are Dmitri, Ivan, and Alexei, dolt, elitist, and saint, respectively. They're referred to by nicknames and diminutives throughout the book, like Mitya, Vanya, and Alyosha, which will just drive you nuts trying to figure out who is who. Dang Russian writers and their penchant to write within their own culture. Incidentally, Alyosha is the name of Dostoevsky's son who passed away at 3 years old. He wanted to honor him and did so because Alyosha is the best character in the novel, which is a pretty easy accolade to obtain because there ain't a lot of admirable characters in it, such as Fyodor Karamazov, the father of them all, who is the worst, just the worst. He makes Huck Finn's dad look like Father Knows Best. And Katerina Ivanova, also known as Katya, the passive-aggressive, self-regarding beauty who epitomizes the old saw about hell's fury and a woman scorned. And Agrafena Svetlova, also known as Grushenka. Grushenka? What kind of a diminutive is that? Anyway, she is the evil, calculating reason for Katya's scorning. This ain't a nice bunch of people. Everything centers around inheritances. Dmitri and Ivan believe their dad is squandering theirs, which he is, trying to get Grushenka to marry him by dangling his riches before her. This sort of irritates Dmitri because he wants to marry Grushenka himself, even though he's engaged to Katya, having already lavished Grushenka with an all-day party in a nearby town after embezzling a rather large sum of money from Katya in order to pay for the party, which really torques Katya off. And torques off Ivan, who wants to marry Katya. Alyosha? He's just watching all this with a growing sense of horror, especially when Grushenka makes a play for him. But it is a tribute to his saintliness that he actually causes her to reflect on her evil nature and seek redemption. In the course of all this discourse about God and existence and atheism and faith, someone murders Fyodor. Dmitri is seen running from the area with blood all over him and a lot of cash that everyone knows Fyodor kept in an envelope in his bedroom. So who do you think did it? Especially since Dmitri had earlier beaten his dad and threatened to kill him. Well, things aren't what they seem. And Dostoevsky does a rather excellent job with the police investigation and subsequent trial, which is a surprisingly very modern proceeding. You don't expect that in a Russian court. Well, at least not anymore. There are, in typical Dostoevsky fashion, pages-long philosophical discourses on everything you could just shake a stick at. Where'd that phrase, shake a stick at, come from? I mean, that has something to do with, trying to keep wolves away from the cave or something? Anyway, these discourses are worth the price of admission in themselves. Wait until you get to the confrontation between a Spanish inquisitor and Jesus. And there are also, in typical Dostoevsky fashion, inexplicably odd behaviors by the various characters that make you go, what? Like Grushenka's decision to arbitrarily turn cruel and nasty while sitting as a guest in Katya's drawing room, which, if you think about it, has setup written all over it. But these are 19th century Russians, and cruel and nasty is the zeitgeist. Still seems to be. Just watch 5 minutes of Russian traffic cams and you'll see. Old guy here. See you later.